Don't buy a 7,000 pound travel trailer if your truck has a max towing of 7,000 pounds. Hi guys, my name is Cole Johnson. I'm founder of AutoNation Canada. We are a pre-owned dealership just west of Edmonton, Alberta, in Atchison, Alberta. We specialize in trucks, SUVs, and travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. We've sold hundreds of each and kind of seen a lot of how those two different considerations connect with each other. And the biggest motto that I have for when you're looking to get a travel trailer for your truck, the tow rating is a maximum. It's not a target. So we want to look at the tow rating, and that is our maximum. It's not a target that we're going towards. So that is a huge consideration. So once we have our maximum, we want to be able to work back from that and not try to hit that as a target. We want to get longevity out of both our travel trailer and our tow vehicle. So, taking some time and consideration before we make that purchase will definitely avoid buyer's remorse and just give you a lot more confidence when you're using your travel trailer. So tow ratings are maximums, not targets. When we're talking about a travel trailer, there are a lot of different ways that people break down what the weight of the unit is. I like to go based on dry weight. That is, at factory, completely stripped, what the weight of the trailer is. So the dry weight is without any water, without any batteries, without any additional dealer installed options, any of your camping gear and bedding and all that stuff. And then a good rule of thumb for what all of that equates to is about 8 to 1,500 pounds. You want to keep in mind that the heaviest thing is going to be your water, and you do typically have three tanks. You have a potable, you have a gray, and a black. So obviously the black is your sewage, the gray is your sink water, and then your potable is going to be your onboard water. And typically the potable drains out into the gray and black, but it is possible to have all three of those filled. So we just want to be cognizant of what we're planning to take with us. And then secondly, the conditions that we're going to be going into and how that could affect our travel experience too. So when we're looking to purchase, we want to treat the tow rating as a maximum, not a target. And then when we're looking at our unit and to buy a unit, we want to look at the dry weight and then take into consideration all the adds and what the weight of all that stuff is going to be. So the dry weight plus all the extras, and again, a nice rule of thumb is anywhere between 8 and 1,500 pounds. So if you're taking your dry weight plus 1,500 pounds, depending on what you're bringing and how full you're going to be, that is a pretty good rule of thumb. We are specialists here, so we can help break that down for you. And we are familiar with both tow vehicle and the travel trailer. So can give a little bit more expertise in that regard, just to make sure that we're comfortable and we're not putting stress on the truck or the trailer. So when we're talking about real world conditions, once you have a travel trailer, we're going to want to know where we're going. Are we staying in the prairies? Do we plan on going to the mountains? Are we going to be going over the Coquihalla? If we're going over the Coquihalla, a great way to reduce stress on your vehicle is to just not have the water tanks filled. Make sure you're drained and empty for water when you're going over the Coquihalla. And then another really good thing that you can do just to help reduce the stress on your vehicle is an EQ hitch or a weight distribution hitch. We sell them and recommend them on trailers over 5,000 pounds. And this just reduces overall stress on the tongue weight of your vehicle, and it equalizes the weight from axle to axle. So it helps to avoid things like sway, and just give you a more comfortable ride with your travel trailer. We want to make sure that this is installed by a professional, because you want to make sure that the ride height is set up correctly when you first install the EQ hitch, because a misinstalled EQ hitch can be a dangerous thing. So we are talking about safety, and usually, not only do we have our trailer, but we have precious cargo in the sense of our family or friends that we're taking with us. So we want to make sure that this EQ hitch is properly installed. And like I say, we recommend on trailers over 5,000 pounds that we have an EQ hitch, just to take that tongue weight off and kind of balance things out. And then obviously if we're dealing with sway, it's nice to not have that sway, because that can be a hazard for people, and it just reduces stress knowing that you don't have that. So that's kind of my quick considerations when we're talking about a trailer, and don't buy a 7,000 pound trailer if you have 7,000 pounds of max towing.